functions. Function is when each input has one output. If you want more on this, look at functions and linear relationships, and that's the folder you would want to look at for this page. So if you flip over, the one I'm going to really kind of go over is number 6. Number 6 is kind of like a puzzle. It gives you a ton of, g of x. So if it wants you to find g of 12, this should say c of 12, not g of 12, by the way. C of 12, I'm going to plug it into the c function first. So I have c of 12, and you want to kind of work backwards, is negative 15 times, b of 12, because that's where I see an x minus 1. But I don't know what b of 12 is because I haven't looked at it yet. So I know I got to find b of 12. So b of 12 is 2 times a of 12. And I don't know what a of 12 is, so I got to go back and look at a of 12 and plug it in for that function. So 3 times 12 minus 11. So 3 times 12 minus 11 is 25. So I have a of 12 is 25, which means I can plug that in here. So it wants 2 times a of 12, which is 50. So b of 12 is 50, which I can plug in here. Negative 15 times 50 minus 1 is negative 751. So that would be my answer for that. So like a puzzle, you just kind of got to keep looking for what it needs, and then if you need to plug it in, you kind of work backwards from there. Okay. The other one I want to talk about is linear functions, and we've done a lot of review in the warm-ups with this. So the only other ones I want to talk about is slope of 0. Slope of 0 is a horizontal line, and those all have the same y values. So you'll always have an equation that's y equals something, okay? And then whatever that same y value is, that's what your equation is. With no slope, that's a vertical line, okay? And those all have the same x values. So you'll have x equals something. This is the type of line that doesn't follow any of the rules. It's not a function. It doesn't have the same form, y equals mx plus b. So you got to just be careful of that. The other ones are pretty self-explanatory, and you can definitely find them in your notes, so please take a look at those to do the rest of this worksheet. And finally, we're going to look at systems of equations. So systems of equations you can solve graphically, which is on the back. If it tells you to solve graphically, you have to graph the equations. So you need to get these in y equals mx plus b form and then graph them. Do not solve them by substitution or elimination, or they will not give you full credit for it. But these ones you can use substitution or elimination. These ones are pretty straightforward, and definitely take a look at your notes, okay? It doesn't specify which method to use, so you can use either.